Welcome to the weekly review at Sean's Rock. I am Sean the Key Notorious in your ear, and of course, I am joined along with.
It's your boy Ciroc the Mike, as usual on this beautiful today, Thursday afternoon.
Yes, we're
Uh,
on a Thursday, my man.
yeah, mid-September, man. Today's already the 18th. I can't believe that time has flown by this year, even though this has been one of those, 2020. People say 2020. I mean, I know it's a terrible year, but
I mean,
like
come on,
it's still three
we've had
months.
the Rona, we've
Well,
had,
it's
we,
still
we
October,
lost
September.
Chadwick. I mean, we've had a horrible, horrible 2020, man.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it could be better, but
I mean, I don't know if 1919 was any better, but 2020 sucks.
It does, but it can get better. I mean, like, it's still 3 months left. That's the way I see it. I mean, you still
Can
got
get
half
better.
this month, October, November, December. So like when people are like, "Oh, 2020," that's like, I mean, are you already giving excuses for the next 2 to 3 months? Like, come on, man, you still got plenty of time to
Yeah.
turn things around. That's just the way I see it. My
Well, see,
2020 has
I
been
mean,
good.
that's the way to feel. You're supposed to be positive at all times. It's positivity breeds positivity. So, which is
Yeah,
what you're trying to do,
So it's
which I
like
agree.
it's
I
three
agree.
months left. Let's knock it out, man. Let's because people acting like January 1st is going to be like a reset, but it's not, man. That's
Shoot,
another
people
day.
are acting like January 1st is. People are acting like November, the day after the election, November 7th is going to be like all
Yeah,
of a sudden
I I
Rona
will say
stops
this:
and everything comes back to life or something. I don't know what people are thinking
the
right now. To
whole
be quite honest with you.
the whole election thing. That's going to be. I mean, that's going to be a crazy week. I think hopefully everything goes smoothly. I can care less who wins. I mean, I
Did you
kind of
get your
care who
ballot?
wins.
I mean, I hope you care who wins at
I
least a
care who
little bit.
wins, but it's
Come on.
like
I mean, even
both.
if you don't want the guy that I want to win, at least care who wins.
I care who wins because obviously that's going to be the person running the country. But both sides have, I like a little bit from this side, like a little bit from that side, like a little bit. I can't just be one sided. Like I don't
No,
understand
no.
people's loyalty to a party. Like, yo, I agree
I,
with 5 out of 10 things. That doesn't mean I have to
uh,
agree with the rest.
unless you're the way I see it here lately, and this is coming from the grandson of a Democratic chairman of
Mm-hmm.
a state Democratic chairman. Uh, unless you are running for a party for a position in a party, I mean,
Right.
say you're running for an office or you're running for or even to run that party itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there should be any reason to be loyal to a party because
Yeah.
both parties put out
Only.
bullshit that no one wants to, that not everyone wants to agree with,
Yeah.
and no one comes to the table ready to actually work together anymore, which
Well,
is
from like a
stupid.
citizen standpoint, you know, you shouldn't be loyal to any one party. I mean, just do it. I mean, there's no way in hell that all a certain party's views line up exactly with your views. Like that for that. That means you're foolish. That you're just following that. You're not thinking for yourself. But I also understand like if you running for president or whatever, like you have to choose a side. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
have to choose. You could be third party, but you ain't never gonna win
yeah,
it
yeah,
ever.
yeah. No,
But you have to pick like
which
because they're
is
gonna support you, and you're gonna need those, that team behind you
you
when
would
it comes to
think
election night.
since the 1700s that we would have at least a fightable, a third party, a viable. That's what I'm looking for. That
Mm-hmm.
we would have at least a viable third party by now. Someone that could actually have a
Oh
chance of
man.
getting in the White House. I mean, it's been 200-300 years since the birth of the country, and we have still a two-party system.
But even if it was a third party, to be honest, it'd be just another party.
No, it would still be
It would
just
just
another
be another
party,
party. Now we would
but
just be choosing from three people now instead of
true,
two.
that's true. But normally when you have three, you all just like when it comes to telling the truth, you have one side, the other side, and the truth somewhere in the middle. So maybe you
Yeah.
get one side party, the other side of the party, and somewhere in the middle, that one third party be like, look, I got just this, and that's all I've got for you.
Nah, I look. You ever see that? You ever see the meme with the Spider-Man? They all pointing at each other. That's exactly how that's gonna look like. They're just gonna be pointing at each other. Like the
Yeah,
third party,
yeah.
he might be the worst one. If we get a third, he could be like the ultimate worst, just
Nah.
terrorizing people. So
No,
I don't know, man.
I think the third party brings something to it. I mean, especially if it could be an independent party, which
That's
it's not
true.
going to happen.
As of right now, seems like Russia is the third party. From all these these hacks
Yeah,
and
yeah.
interfering.
I
How
mean,
does that
for us,
happen?
because it's all about the almighty computer, man. It used to be things were done by paper, things were done in person.
It's comedy.
Now you can be over in Tibet push a button and something all the way in North Dakota happens
But I thought
physically.
I thought we had our stuff like locked down better than that. You know, it always
No,
just seemed like
no.
I feel like nobody can hack America, but now it's just like
After the third like cyber attack that we had when my information was stolen for like the umpteenth time, I was over that. I'm like, there's no way this is not gonna happen.
yeah, you know, you got to be careful what you put out there.
You just kind of have to accept that, okay, this is the way of life. My stuff's gonna be put out there. All right, so how am I gonna protect myself the best so it's not affected by all that going on?
The only people that have a chance is like newborn babies that were just born like the past 3 years. They got a chance.
Nope.
They may have. I guess yeah. They probably
someone used my son's social security number to get. I forgot what it was before.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? I mean, how does that happen?
He was like just born. I don't think he was even 2 years old yet.
You don't get like a grace period for like the first 5 years. So we're like, oh, somebody stole it. That's okay. We'll get a new one. Like, what else is they using?
No. I mean, they challenged it because it's kind of obvious. Hey, there was not a payment made on this thing for 20-something years. So obviously, it was a fraud.
Does your social security number is that tied to like your birthday? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's tied to your birthday and it's tied to where you're born. So like the first 3 digits, it tells where you were born at. Like what city and state you were born as the first 3 digits of your social.
I'm saying, but like, say you try to open an account and they were like, according to social, you're 6 months old. Like,
see,
you know what I mean? Like,
that. No, see, you would think that, and that would be smart for them to do something just like that. But no, they don't do that. I have no idea why that's not tied in. Because whenever you have to do something, get your license.
That's true.
Go get any kind of license, your driver's license, a professional license. You have to bring your birth certificate and your social security card.
How do you prove you're you? Like because I applied for, I'm actually still waiting on it. I applied for I renewed my passport. Okay. And I went to it was like at the airport here, at least, you know, the passport place where you go and you ask a whole bunch of questions, fill out paperwork, but I did it online. So I already had the shit printed, type, all that stuff. And I went with, I think, my ID, my title. I don't know why I brought the title to my car. I guess that was
you thought you were about to drive away, didn't you? Like, oh,
no,
I got my passport. I just thought, like, I'm running for the border.
I brought a copy of my birth certificate, and they didn't accept it. They was like, you need a original.
Yeah, it's got to be a certified copy
or your old passport, which I didn't have at the time. I mean, I found it, but I was just like, look at me, like, look at my face right now. Like, you see that ID that y'all gave me? Like, why is it so hard to prove who I am? You know what I mean? Like,
and what's funny is the things that prove who you are don't have your picture on it.
Yeah,
the 2 things that they use to say this is you, your social and your birth certificate, do not have your picture on it.
Well, I guess they can put like a baby picture on there, like
but it's not. It's not. When you think about it, what have you got in here that you require your birth certificate? Because you're born here.
You need a birth certificate for an ID, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For anything here, you gotta use a birth certificate. Not a picture on anything. There's not a picture on either one of those IDs.
Like as if like
so how's that prove so much?
And like, hey, could you guys go in the records back in 1989? All right, a young man. Oh wait, the hospital doesn't exist anymore. Oh, they shut it down. Oh, okay. Yeah, like what happens when that happens? When the hospital gets decommissioned or something? You know, you just don't exist? Like, yo, I don't know where your birth certificate is, but the dude handling that got fired last week. So good luck.
It's actually kind of funny you said that. So the hospital I was born in Greenville General Hospital. It was torn down, I think, like 3 or 4 years after I was born. Not too long after I was born.
Okay.
Not too long after my son was born, I had to go get a copy of my birth certificate because I made him
a junior. Your birth certificate?
Yes, because I made him a junior. So because he was a junior, I had to add senior to my name. So I had to take my birth certificate back up to Social Security. Well, when I'm doing all that process, I come to find out that if the hospital that you were born at burned down, even if you're in the same state,
that's a bad omen.
I'm saying even if you're in the same state, there you got to jump through all kinds. You have to actually send a letter all the way down to like the capital of the state and do all these little hoops just to get your information if the hospital is no longer there. And I asked them, I said, if the hospital is still there, will I have to jump through these many hoops? He said, no, it's a phone call.
Wow.
It's a phone call.
It's like, do you even own who you are? Do you even own your name? Do you even own who you are? Like,
you don't
you
own
shouldn't have to
property.
pay. You shouldn't have to search. All that stuff should be like free and very close to you. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to call the old hospital to go in the classified, archive records to find.
I shouldn't have to pay
to make
50
sure that I was actually born on this earth, and at this location.
I shouldn't have to pay $50 to find out that I can get this apartment because I got to go get a copy of my birth certificate.
Yeah.
And I can't get it because I don't have the $50 to get the copy of my birth certificate.
I mean, I guess
So
that proves that you were a U.S. citizen if you were, born. I guess it's the easiest way.
Come on now.
That's the easiest way to prove if you're born here.
Easy
Is it?
forge.
Easily
Yes.
forged? People can forge your birth certificates?
Man, yes.
God,
think about how many illegal immigrants we have here. And I'm not talking about the Hispanic. I'm talking about there's a lot of illegal immigrants that are not Hispanic, by the way.
So wait, if you're an illegal immigrant, is it easier for you to just steal somebody's identity or just make up one?
Making up one, they won't hit to whenever it's ran through. But if it's someone who's passed away at birth or something, then it's a lot easier.
But all right, I don't know how that works. But listen, it's a pain in the ass to get a passport. I will say that. And then check this out how stupid this is.
Okay.
So you can renew if you already got one, which I did. It was expired. Yeah. You can renew it up to a certain amount of years past the expiration date.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm about to save a lot of time and headache and money. You only save like $10 to renew it. You just send in your old one, and literally almost the exact same information you would need to send in if you were just getting a new one.
Yep.
So I went out of the way to find my old one. I don't even know where it was. Luckily,
and some box in the back of your closet somewhere.
Yeah. Why can't they just take my old one and then just stamp it? Good.
Here's your renewal.
Yeah, like in the picture, it looks exactly. Well, of course, it looks exactly like me, but like it's up to date. Like it's not like when I was like 12 or something. No, I was 18, and fortunately, I still look like I'm 18.
Well, at least in your eyes, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, it's the U.S. government. I look a little bit different. Yeah. So yeah, that's always a pain.
So you're saying that China is messing with our election, though, right? So
not China, Russia.
How's Russia messing with our election this time?
I don't know.
I got things to say, but
I don't know.
What do you got?
I feel like I don't know and they don't know. But sometimes I feel like right now we're pointing blame on something that we know is about to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when I'm playing Call of Duty and my boy, before we even started playing, he tell me that his controller messed up. I already know he about to play like trash. You know what I mean? Give me a heads up before the inevitable happens, right? He's covered his butt. So that's what I kind of think this is. I think something's going to happen that they already know is going to happen, but let's just go ahead and get it out the way now.
Here's what they put out there. So they're saying that that Trump, and yes, to our listeners, we don't normally talk about him, but we're going to talk about it a little bit today just because, it's that time of year. But so Trump apparently offered Julian Assange. This is the reason why we're talking about him.
What's his
Julian
name?
Assange. You remember the WikiLeaks guy?
Oh yeah. I don't remember.
Okay, well, the guy. Yeah, I know you're just saying it. You don't even. So the WikiLeaks guy, the guy who basically like helped expose a lot of stuff. He helped Ed Snowden. He helped the army private. I can't remember his name. The traitor.
Okay. I know you're talking about now.
Yeah. So but then he was locked up in a South American embassy over in London for years until he decided to try to leave the country and to go to I think it was Ecuador, as a matter of fact. It was at an Ecuadorian embassy, and Ecuador told him anyway they were going to fly him out there at some point. So they finally get everything set out of there, and gets out of as soon as he leaves the embassy, he's thinking everything's good to go, that they're going to be to whisk him away in the middle of the night, nothing will happen. No. As soon as he gets out, as soon as he steps foot off that ground, they swarm him immediately. And
you can't just say stuff. You can't do that stuff and expect. And they know everywhere you go, your browser history. They know when you eat, what you like to eat, what you like to click on. Man,
especially when you're one of the most wanted people in the world.
Yeah, it's just like. I mean, as of right now, just don't Try to be on their side, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like,
So, but
don't be the enemy of the state,
okay, exactly. So here's what apparently this is what's being reported. A lawyer for Julian Assange. This is but from Reuters. A lawyer for Julian Assange told a London court on Friday that she was present when an ally of U.S. President Donald Trump offered to arrange a pardon for the WikiLeaks founder in return for information that would benefit President Trump politically.
Mm.
Yeah. Australian-born Assange, 49, is fighting the war being sent back to the United States, blah, 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 blah. Because he is charged with conspiring to hack government computers and violating an espionage law over the release of confidential cables by WikiLeaks in 2010 and 2011. That right?
I'm okay with that. Is that weird? That I think the election should be like, just who's more creative.
That's a bad thing. You should not be okay with that.
Listen, I get it. Everybody want to vote. Your vote should matter. But at the end of the day, nobody even knows what they're voting for. They don't care, man. They're just picking. People vote. Okay, a small percentage probably actually does some research and really freaking cares. You know what I mean?
I think that,
but then it's like the majority is just like they're just going to judge you on the person, how they look, what they say, how they dress. Not what they plan to do.
I don't know. I think a lot of the independents do research. I think a lot of
find me someone. I'll say this: find me someone who knows who they're voting for, whether they're Democrat or Republican. Ask them. All right.
What if they're not a party though?
Huh?
What if they're not party affiliated?
Well, they're not. Well, if you're not party of. Listen, find someone who is party affiliated.
See?
Ask them who they vote for. Even if they're not party affiliated, ask them who they vote for and ask them, all right, like why? Like what are their stances on this? What are your stances on this? And most of them don't even know what the president or Joe Biden's stances are for a lot of things. They just voting on the person. They literally are voting on the person. That's it.
Well,
just like.
But a lot of people are voting against the person. Like a lot of people may not know what about Joe, but they know what they don't like.
Exactly.
Trump.
So you're not really voting for anything that will benefit you. You're just voting because you don't like something.
But not liking something does benefit you. If you vote something that you don't like out, but the thing is though,
you shouldn't be voting the person. You should be voting their policies. That's the thing.
But
so it's like
that's what I'm saying. So what if a policy that he does is something that causes you not to like him? Maybe the policy is that he that's a good reason. Is that he's tweeting all the time and that he won't.
But you shouldn't. If your stance on voting or for voting against someone is because that so and so representative tweets a lot, like you shouldn't be voting. Like that shouldn't be a basis on. You shouldn't be allowed to pick a leader because that's like all right. That's like saying
because the person's speaking directly to. Go ahead.
How about this? Say if I don't like Trump, right? But then say Trump is for like prison reform, getting things right? But maybe I don't know too much about that because I didn't do the research. But I'm not voting for Trump because he tweets a lot. I'm voting for someone who's against prison reform, and I'm literally voting against my own like views when it comes down. That's
what Republicans and Democrats do all the time.
Yeah, but so day. I wouldn't vote for someone. I mean, characters is extremely important because like at the end of the day, they represent you, but what really affects you is the policies that are put in place. That's what really hits your pocket.
But sometimes a person's character can lead to the bigger picture of what that person is. Because there's some presidents and governors who come in and do almost exactly what the other side want for that first 3 years or so he's in office, he or she's, just so when they can get reelected, they can literally take that last 4 years and do whatever they want to do. And that's how and if you don't believe their character says this is how I am, this is what's going to happen in 4 years.
Yeah.
But their policy says, hey, I'm for you, I'm for the little guy until you vote me, until you reelect me, and then I take everything I gave you away.
I guess you got to ask yourself, what affects you more, the policy the president makes or the character of the president? What affects you more personally? Because people vote for themselves. Both. Nobody votes for the betterment of their neighbor. No, they don't care. They say that. But
some people do. Some people do.
Yeah,
I believe some people do, because some people don't have to really think about what's going to benefit them the most. So a lot of people think it's going to benefit me the most if my neighbor comes up. I mean, there's some communities.
Maybe
like that.
neighborhood, and that's
Yeah,
maybe property
neighborhood.
values increase, and that's good for
Yeah,
everybody. But I don't think anyone is like thinking about, you know, strangers. I guess nobody cares about strangers until, just like with the corona. This is a prime example. This is literally this is how people think. This is a prime example. Nobody cares until it affects them personally. That's it.
true.
You
True.
can watch the news every day, and 100 million people could be dead, and there will still be people out there that are like, "That's a hoax." You know what I mean? Because it hasn't affected them yet.
No,
Even though
that's true.
even you could put the proof, like, bow, you can slap the shit out with the proof, and they still gonna say otherwise. So that's why it's like, with voting is such it. I don't know if I'm older and I'm just paying more attention, but it just getting to the point where it's like it's a freaking like TV. It's a reality show, Like no one's
Well,
talked. No one's really
see,
talking
you're
about like
seeing
what are we
only
gonna do?
part of it,
What's
though.
gonna happen? Huh?
You're only seeing part of the whole voting block, though. When I first started the vote, the first time I got cast a vote was in 1998.
Okay.
Right, that was for it was going in the president election. It was going to be Bush versus what was the guy's name? Gore, Bush Gore. That's what it was.
Okay.
And I placed my vote. I regretted my vote, but at the same time, I didn't regret my vote because I don't know what the other person I voted for would have done. And I only know what the person I did vote for did because that's what they ended up doing.
Did they do what they said they were going to do?
Yeah, for the most part, exactly. Right. For the most part, yes.
With that.
But here's the thing, though. That was the quality. That was their character. The character says, "This is how I am going to eventually be, but this is how I am now because of the circumstances. State this is how I have to be." So because that's the way it transpired for that first 6 years, the person was good. That last 2, the real truth comes out, and the person's approval bombs because you're like, oh, this is really what the person was about. This is really what I lost because I voted for that person.
What is the approval rating even based on?
Approval rate is based on how
whether you like him or not.
How good the job the person is doing. I don't think approval rate is.
And what is that based on? You see what I'm saying?
The successes of a person's pocket. Well, whatever a person finds success in. Some people find success in a pocket. Some people find success. Let me ask you this: so if prison reforms, whatever your success is,
if you voted for someone, could you vote for someone, right? And say somehow increase your income over the course of their term, 4 years, right? Every year you made more money and more money because it's something
most politicians
most politicians, right? Yeah, because it's something they did or they in place. But do you think that person could still have a bad approval rating?
Yes.
See, yes. So it's like I don't care if dude is slapping babies. Actually, I do care if he's slapping babies. Probably should vote that person as resident. But
is there some skeletons in your closet? If you slap some babies in your life and you just putting it out there for when you do run for office, that you're gonna be in the clear.
I'm just saying we're quick.
You got something to get off your chest.
No, I don't have anything on my chest, but we're quick to judge based off of like first appearance, and that's like human nature. That you can't help that. But when it's a president, you got to think, man, it's more than just somebody you can hear speeches from every now and then. Like it's stuff that gets done.
Here's what I like about us. We can actually talk about this and really not care because honestly, I have problems with both of them.
Why can't they both be president? Why can't we have two? We have one something. That gets the stuff done.
This is for the people, and this is for the this is for the interior. This is for the exterior.
Exactly.
That's our two presidents.
And they would have to to get something approved. They just both have to agree on it. They would have to agree, not their party. They would have to agree.
And then they don't agree. It just wouldn't happen. So
it just wouldn't happen. No.
So then no food stamps for people.
Hey, should have read yourself. I'll tell you. I don't know. That's just a thought. Obviously, that's something that's probably way over my head as far as knowledge.
Politics is an ugly game, man. It's an ugly game, and unfortunately, it's something that every American should play because every American should have a voice, but not every American does.
No,
and I think it's the reality. Yeah,
that's the reality. I'm okay with that because everybody's different.
There are some dumb voters. I will give you that. There are some dumb voters, man. So I would prefer you.
That's why
I definitely prefer you to know what you're voting for.
I said. That's why I
than
said this
vote
before. Like
for.
you should have to take like an assessment test before you're allowed to vote. Yeah, because it's probably like millions of votes that are just like coin flips. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
especially when it's a close. Like, oh man, why did you vote? I don't know,
Hey,
man.
I'll
It
say,
was Tuesday. I was feeling really blue, so I went blue.
hey, I'll admit when it came to when I first got to Florida, because the way they do judges here is a little bit different,
Mhm.
and I had to vote like 3 or 4 judges. It was in
Mhm.
Jacksonville. I had a coin in my pocket. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. Fling.
Dude, hopefully they never hear this because they won't be like, what the right. And
Hey,
then you
they're Jacksonville
coin
judges. I
flip,
don't
and
live
then
in
it'd be the
Jacksonville, so
same
I'm good.
judge that that's gunning for your head or something. You put him in office. But I will
True.
say this
Knowing
though.
my luck, that probably be the case.
I will say this though. Trump is he's definitely I
He's a
guess
character. He's
banning.
enjoyable to watch.
He's
I'm
on his
not gonna, he's
yeah. He's fun
enjoyable
to
to watch.
watch. Definitely fun to watch.
I mean, I don't
he
like it as far as what he does, but as far
prime
as
time
entertainment,
TV.
he is good entertainment.
Now
I'll give him that.
now you hear they're banning on this Sunday coming up on the 20th, I think. Banning TikTok from the US of A.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I'm not mad about that.
Well, okay. So I got 2 parts to this. So I got the military part of me, and then I got
Okay.
the civilian part of me. Which one you want first? I got both.
Let's hear the military. Let's hear the spec ops
All
part.
right,
Oh,
respect.
let's hear the Navy SEAL. Let's hear
Hey, I was in
Green
the army.
Beret.
I was in the army. Let's
I
keep it
know,
real.
right?
Let's
I
keep it
know they get real
real.
freaking picky about when you say the wrong thing. All right, let's hear the military side.
If you about to say wrong. So okay, so here's the military side. I for one do well, I don't currently, but I did have TikTok for a little bit.
Okay.
But before I downloaded, I did research it, and there are some pretty serious security leaks in it. It will track every move you make. For one, that's one huge security leak.
What do you mean like a GPS? That's how.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what every
Yes,
pretty much does.
but it's different when that happens inside the U.S. Inside the U.S., if said app goes onto a military base or whatever, the GPS is supposed to stop automatically, so you don't get a map of said base.
Okay.
TikTok's app, there's no one knows if it stops like it's supposed to, because there's no one doing a check and a balance on it here in the States. So for that reason, and not just that reason, but for that major reason, I do understand it. I'm good for it, because quite frankly, I don't want, and I was in when we actually had people coming to this country and shooting people on bases. I don't want Tom, Dick, or Harry knowing where I lived at when I was active duty.
And it's a Chinese company, right?
Yeah, it's a Chinese owned company, but they're saying now what they're saying is they're going to become a solely owned U.S. company before that time, before Sunday, so that where they can keep their stock.
It's kind of close.
That is
it's Friday.
It's Friday.
I don't think you can do anything.
Tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, exactly. I mean,
well, I mean, I understand. You want to keep national security. That has to be probably priority number one.
I'm not hating it. I really am not hating it. I mean, some of these apps are really.
TikTok. It's too much. I don't need another.
TikTok is a little lot. Is a lot. I will give you that.
It's just videos, right?
It's just, and what bothers me, and this is the father in me. So all our listeners out there, you want to come down on me for being a dad? Here's your chance. But here's my problem with it. Right, there's a bunch of kids around my daughter's age, around 19, 20, 21, right, get up there with nothing to for the imagination, pretty much. Let's put it that way. That's all with me. Nothing for the imagination. Doing a little dance, trying to show. Oh yeah, but they're trying to show off to get the likes, because they think the likes
strippers.
Equal.
They only listen. This is just digital strippers, pretty much.
Yeah,
for
but
likes.
now they
don't get money. They get likes.
Yeah, they get likes.
I mean, which can equate to money if you were super popular.
If you get
but
millions of likes, it will equate to money. But how often does that happen? Yeah. I mean,
I wonder
influencers and people of those ilk are not there's not a lot of them, even though it seems like it. When you think of the vast majority of people out there trying to do it,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of these people out there.
Like 1 million followers is obviously a lot, but
Yeah.
like I don't even think they even make that much money. I think once you get like in like maybe
You get
20
10
to 30, like
Yeah.
I guess that's too much. Never mind. I would say this: 100,000 followers is not really that much.
No,
But
even
once you get into the
really.
millions, I think they actually like make a quiet amount, a substantial amount of cash.
I think
don't know how it works in TikTok, but I know on Instagram they probably do.
Probably. You're probably right.
And, but they're not getting paid. I don't think they get paid much from like the actual app or the app.
No, it's from the brands.
It's from advertisers and stuff.
Yeah,
they just like, buy this stupid product that doesn't work because I'm getting paid for it. I don't even care if it kills you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple brand that offers to us, in our email, and I'm like, do we want to? But
they just make these apps like, and because like Instagram, for instance, it's like Facebook, but just one little thing different. And then TikTok, it's like Instagram, but it's just one little Snapchat. They literally changed one thing
to keep you looking at your phone.
Oh God,
to keep you looking at your phone.
I watched on Netflix that documentary, The Social Dilemma. And
how was that?
It was good. It was good. It's basically telling us what we already know for the most part. How that's what's even blows my mind though. You know how it works and you just can't stop it. And it's basically saying how how people are addicted to like notifications and just like the science behind it is even like small stuff like the color of notification. Like for instance with iPhones, like when you're doing an iMessage, how you can see when somebody's about to say something. Like even that gets you excited. You're like, oh shit, somebody's about to you're in a conversation.
I couldn't imagine. I had an iPhone for a little bit and I wasn't really happy with it. And that one little thing, is that because you see the little thing come up, you're like, oh, okay, so the person about to respond to me, cool.
Yep.
Or you send a message like, oh, that person read it and didn't
and
send
you
me
could turn
you mother
and you could turn
really
that off.
Read my message and not see. Okay, yeah, I got you.
People turn that off for that reason because they don't want to seem like an asshole for seeing a message and then not saying anything because it tells you when someone's has read it, which
That'd
is
be me.
Like I know, but like, come on, like how like that says a lot about people's character though too. To where like you went out of your way to turn off the delivery receipt so people wouldn't know when you actually saw what they said. So that way, that gives you time to think about your response.
No. But you're trying to keep that person's from feel. You're trying to protect that person's feelings because
some people say you don't want to talk anymore.
No, some people just need. You're busy. You're doing something, but you're spitting a certain text. Your phone goes off in your phone. You're like, you go boom. Oh, what's that? You see the text, and all of a sudden you see that text. So the person already knows you read it, but you don't have time to answer, so you just stick it back in your pocket. Now you seem like a jackass.
But look how this looks.
You look like a jackass.
So you got time to look at it and read it, but you ain't got time to respond to it.
It takes 2 seconds to read. It takes like 30
to write. To respond. Or if not, then call
30 to write.
Look,
all you gotta do.
I'm not even a fan. I'm not even a fan of texting because I just feel like you waste so much. You can literally sum up a 30-second conversation would take like 4 hours texting back and forth.
Well, I prefer to call. I prefer to call personally.
Yeah,
me too. Just get it done out of the way.
Texting
the only reason I like text is when I need to send a message, but I don't need to I don't need to reply or anything. I just need to say, hey, this is what's going on real quick.
That's fine.
And I get back to you.
Well, texting was only like made for, when you literally were in a situation where you couldn't talk or you had to send something really quick that probably would take too long to explain over the phone. And now it's just used as like an out.
It's used as in place of the phone.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Out. So people can't even talk to each other.
And
like, you ever talk to somebody you text before? It's like they can't. They don't know how to speak.
Yeah. But it was funny is some people it's messed up is if you look at that message, people act like it's the actual phone call. Like if I send you a text, you better stop whatever it is you're doing at that moment and reply back to my text. I'm like, it's not a phone. I'm doing something. I will get back to that text whenever I get back to that text. That's why I like a text.
But because I can get back
to it whenever I want to.
If you got time to read it and you got time to respond, you can't be too busy not to reply. But not busy enough where you can actually read it and open your phone and look at other stuff. You just don't want to have that conversation.
But no, you're not looking at your phone or other stuff. You're going bleep bleep. You got a little message in your phone. You're going, oh, it's Joe. All right, Joe, I'll get back to you in a minute. And that's it. So,
but the act of even getting your phone and looking and reading the message, you got time to respond and say, "Hey, I'll call you in a minute."
Let's try this. I'm going to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be sending in my co-host a message here. Okay, we're going to test this little theory of yours out. All right. So, where are you at here? All right. So he says it only takes a second to reply and a second to check. So we're gonna find this out. All right.
It does.
I'm gonna send him a message. All right. And all he's got to do is check this message. He doesn't have to reply back to it. And then I'm gonna send him another one, and he's got to reply back to it. We're gonna see which one's faster. We're gonna see which
okay, it would have been just easier just to call though.
There you go. There's that one. There's the first one. See, look, he doesn't even have a text yet.
No, I
sent like 5 seconds ago. He didn't have it yet. So
what's difference? That's why you have an iPhone 6.
I'm trying to prove a point that it is not the same amount of time to check and put something back in your pocket as to check, reply back to it, and then put it back in your pocket.
But just the principle of being able to read a message and not say anything back. If your phone, I'll say this: if your phone is like, if you got it hooked up to like a display to where you can see, like for instance, I'll say this: so if I'm on my computer, right? So on a MacBook, if you got an iPhone, like my messages can pop up on my computer just like they do on my phone. I can type a quick response. But what I'm saying is like if I got time to read it, I got time to reply. What situation do you have time to grab your phone that's in a pocket, unlock it, read a message, but you don't get time to reply to it?
Well, it depends.
How long does it take to reply to a message?
How long does it take you to unlock your phone? Mine, I just look at it as an unlock and I can read the message.
Instant.
But it takes you time to reply. It takes you time to type. You got to think of the message. 5
seconds, 5-10 seconds.
5-10 seconds versus a second. Oh, that person texts me. I got to put it back.
So what can be so important that you could spare a second, but you can't spare 10 seconds?
Riding a bicycle.
Who? All right. So if
riding a bicycle,
nobody rides their bike,
swimming,
reaches in their pocket and looks at their phone.
I did. I've known people who've done it. And
you stop, but you stop and look. You don't keep
riding. Why you're riding your bike? Why are you gonna stop to pull something out of your phone while you're riding your bike?
Why? That's dangerous.
How is that dangerous?
That's like driving and
on
texting.
The road. No, one's got an engine. One's going.
Okay, unless you got like fish eyes.
Fish eyes. All you gotta do is pull it out of your pocket. Oh, okay. That's driving. Now I'm riding a bike. Look down for a second. You're going like I'm going like 10 miles an hour. If I hit a pothole at 8 miles an hour, all I'm gonna do is get a stiff knee.
So you mean tell me you could do that, but you can't reply? You can hit a
yes. I'm telling you, I can do that, and I can't reply. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
That's see what I'm saying. But see how texting gives you the option to pick and choose the way you want to have a conversation. Like that's not right. And I think
that is right. Sometimes you cannot have time to reply. Sometimes
have you ever met someone who talk a lot of, who texts a lot? I will say this. Some people prefer, introverts, for instance, prefer not to always communicate, face to face. That I get that point of it.
There's another party too. There's another party too. I thought I was the only person who felt this way, but there's actually another party as well. You can be an extrovert and still not want to do face to face talking. Here's the reason why you could be that way is because you work at a call center and you spend 8-9 hours a day talking on the phone. Once you get done with that day, you don't want to say another word.
That's
You're
fine.
Done.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah. But
there's another group outside of introverts. That's what I'm saying. There's another group outside of them that
I prefer to text.
I prefer to. And I used to be that same way because I was a bill collector. I would get cussed out for 9 hours a day constantly. So by the time I was done, got off work, I don't want to say anything. I didn't want to say hi to anybody. I'm like,
but don't you feel like all right, for instance, like, I feel like eventually you got to talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just there's people who are addicted to texting. Like, when I say addicted, I mean like they will literally be texting someone they're in the same room with. Like, that's freaking lazy. Yeah, that's lazy. Unless you literally you must have a phobia of talking to people to their faces. Some people do. I used to hate, like, for some reason, some people I don't like looking in the eye. I don't know why. It's little beady eyes. I just don't like little Small beady
Beady
eyes.
eye.
I feel like I've seen too many scary movies, and that just freaks me out. And I don't know if it's like I don't want to be disrespectful. So what I'll do is I'll just turn my head to the side and just listen to what they're saying, right? Because that's not disrespectful, right? Because you listen with your ears, and if anybody
Yeah.
ever said anything like, "Hey, why you
Well,
turn your head?" I hear you better this way.
it's still disrespectful. Because if I'm talking to you, I want you to look me in the eye. Because I want that's the way I know
Yeah, but what
if you're
what if your
engaged with what I'm
eyes
telling you.
scare me?
Then that's you.
Do I
I
tell
guess you're
that
getting
person?
scared. I guess you're getting scared. No,
But
you
is
just
it,
gotta hold it in. You gotta
so I
face that
can't,
fear.
I
You
can't
better
tell
face
them.
that fear.
But it's an avoidable fear. Like it's not gonna like dictate whether I get paid if I don't look somebody in the eyes.
It
I don't know,
might.
man. It's
It
just
might one
something
day.
about smaller eyes. I think it's small eyes and big faces. Like something looks wrong, and I'm not trying to like poke fun if people who actually have some type of condition that makes that happen. But I don't know, man. If I don't see the whites or if it's too tiny, I'm like. Maybe because I've had bad vision most of my life, so I'm just like, I don't really trust that.
Oh, see,
You know what I mean?
that's what it is. Now you got
I don't
2020. You're
know.
like, I see you. I can actually look at you now, so I don't look
I
at you.
also heard that I don't even know who I heard this from, but apparently with kids, like they say that's like a sign of like autism to avoid eye
Mm,
contact. I don't know if that's true.
I
I
don't
just
know.
heard that like
Because there's a lot of
I don't
kids
even know who I heard
who
that from.
like are shy and or don't want to engage. Like I was a shy kid. I didn't want to talk to you. When I was a kid, I don't
Hmm.
want to say crap to you for an adult. If you're a
Hmm.
kid, cool, but adult, I don't want nothing to do with you.
But I
So
will say this: TikTok, though, as much as I can care, I don't say I hate it, but I can care less about it.
yeah.
It is a great tool to,
Oh,
for
you just called
people.
it a great tool. You just
I
said
think
it
it also. I
in the
think
same
okay.
discussion. You
I'll
just
say
said it was
this.
a bad thing and a great tool
Well, there's always
all in
two
one.
sides to the coin. Not everything is just 100% bad.
It's true.
Some things
It's
are,
always true.
but TikTok, it's distracting, obviously. And as an adult, like I said, most people my age probably would. I don't know these days, but I would
Well,
assume most people my age would. I wouldn't catch them on TikTok dance or anything like that. But
you won't. You won't.
I
I
will
mean,
say,
some there's gonna be some, but there's gonna be a rare.
besides the attention that a lot of people on it feel like they need, I will say it's a good tool for people who are maybe shy and are maybe not so outgoing to kind of express themselves in a way to where like you know they're not really seeing all eyes on them, but it's being
Hmm.
appreciated at the same time. So that's the good thing about TikTok in my eyes. Besides that, by Sunday, y'all better get together or it's deuces, and it's back to the main four: the Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and what else is there?
I'll
Reddit,
just
I
say
guess.
this. I'll say this one last thing. Then move on. Then we'll move on and talk a little about Kanye. But honestly, if it's gone by Sunday, it'll be back by
I
Thursday.
wouldn't notice.
It'll be
It'd be
back
back.
by Thursday. I'm telling you.
Oh
That's how
yeah,
apps are.
yeah.
One Monday, one drops off, another one pops up same week.
They're probably
So
right now like figuring out their whole security situation.
yeah,
Like
that's it. That's all they're doing is say,
the
oh, how can
U.S.
we get back in there and make the money?
The
That's
U.S.
all
is
they're doing,
is too big of a market to not be able to use TikTok.
especially when social media.
Imagine all
But
like the 10-year-olds who have no idea that this is about to happen, and then they just kind of open their TikTok Sunday like, "Mom, my app is gone." I know your app is in China.
I know, right? They were
You
like,
can go to Cuba if you want
the
to
kids
download
gonna be
it.
like, oh, thank God, but everybody's gonna be like, oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness, man. Crazy world. All right, so what we saying? Yeezy going crazy?
Yeah, Yeezys, man. Have you heard the latest about
Man.
Kanye, man? He's out there. This is coming from someone who's a fan. I'm not so
Yeah.
much of a fan since all the mega things started off, but I'm still a fan. I still like his music. You
Kanye,
know,
I think
and
actually I agree with a lot of the stuff he was kind of saying.
you
I don't
think
think I'd
you
say it
think he
like
owns
he would say it.
Adidas? Oh, you mean the
I
other
think
stuff? The other
yeah, a lot
stuff
of
you
some
say.
of the other stuff. No, well, he said he owned Adidas or he was trying to. I mean, he kind of
we'll
does.
get back. We'll get to that.
You know,
What were you saying you agree with him on it?
well, he was saying that because the big ordeal was he screenshotted his conversation with was it the CEO of his, I think his record label about
Oh,
something.
Sony.
Yeah, about his contract. Pretty much, he screenshotted his
Oh,
contract, And the whole ordeal was he was saying that he's not going to make any music until he's done with this. He's out of this contract.
Yeah, I
right?
did see
and
that part.
That could be a breach of contract depending on what the terms were. But let me backtrack. So last week, so I'm a big fan of like Big Sean, and he dropped
who also works a lot with Kanye, by the way. Just putting that there. Both Chicago-based rappers.
Right. So and I remember one of his songs, he was just, I was listening to like the talking in the background. He was saying how like, as much money he makes as far as like, dropping albums, dropping singles, they sell it for really cheap, and he doesn't have no say in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a music creator, and they handle the price target, which makes sense in a way.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
They've already, technically, as far as they see it, they've already paid him.
What Kanye is kind of saying is just like, he should be in control of his own music. Like imagine like if I was a painter, right, and then like somebody else was setting the prices for my paintings.
But is that the record labels? But is that the record labels' fault? Or does that fall on Kanye?
Well,
because
Kanye is saying
when Kanye signed that contract, he was already Kanye by that time.
That's true, but like,
so he didn't. He made those deals. He made whatever deal he wanted.
The big thing is the contracts are ridiculously long and extremely manipulating.
He has a team of lawyers, man. Come on.
No, I know, but like still though, there's things that you miss that you're gonna pass up on. So they make
that's why you pay $10 million to a law firm,
but you gotta understand
cover all that stuff.
Not every artist who gets signed has that capability. I mean, don't get me wrong, they flaunt like they
got money, I know. No, I understand that. That. But what I'm saying is when Kanye went to Sony, he had already dropped College Dropout. He had already dropped Niggas from Paris. He had already dropped
he had
Graduation. He already dropped those, so he was already making buckets of money,
right?
He went to Jay-Z's label. He was on the label with Jay-Z. They had a falling out, and so now he's with Sony. But when he went with Sony, all he had to do was tell Sony, "Hey, look, this is the deal I want. This is what I want you to sell my stuff for. If not, I'm gonna walk."
But I think he was trying to stress like, why should he have to go to Sony to make a deal? Like, I think now with Yeezys and the success, even though he's outspoken, the success that he's has made him extremely wealthy, and I think he's now starting to see like his worth. You get what I mean? So it's like,
you think he didn't see his worth before now?
He's way richer than he was back in early 2000s. You got Yeezys.
Yeah,
you got the clothing line. You got, he's controversial, but the controversy makes him money. I don't know if I don't think he's a billionaire. I think he's pretty close.
No, he's not. He's maybe
he's up there.
He's under half. He's under half.
I don't know,
because he lost a lot of money with the whole Jay-Z, the Jay-Z deal they had with Tidal. He lost quite a bit on that one.
But yeah, man, I think he's just trying to bring to light on how a lot of dude, he's worth as of 2020 1.3 billion. I knew he was a billionaire.
1.3 billion. There's
1.3 billion.
Because the only certified billionaire rapper is Jay-Z.
Not anymore. Kanye this year 1.3 billion USD. That's EDA USD. Yeah, man. That and a lot of it comes from Adidas, man. That's why he probably said he.
That's what he said. He says, and this is his statement, so people know what we're talking about. So he says, "I am the head of a." This is from Kanye's This is his tweet from today. "I am the head of Adidas. I will bring Adidas and Puma back together, and bring me and Jay back together. All Puma designs are embarrassing trash, but I will personally design Puma and Adidas and make everything okay." Now, that's a statement.
I honestly
have you seen the Yeezys?
No, like the ones that are been out forever. Yeah, they're straight. I like them. I don't own any. I would never pay that much for shoes. That's just me. That's just
They look like moon shoes, man.
Yeah, they look like moon boots. I wouldn't pay for them. If someone give it to me as a gift, I'd wear them. But that's a status.
Okay. So you're kind of putting it, but you wouldn't pay for them. So
I wouldn't pay for them. Other people would.
You're kind of skating right there. You would is that something that you would want?
Would I want?
Yeah.
Nah, because no, I'm not really like
See.
materialistic. Like I don't.
Oh, don't make it materialistic.
I signed up. Listen, think about this. I signed up for a clothing service because I was too lazy to go out and shop for clothes. That's me. Like I'm not about to go out of my way to buy.
They may offer you some Yeezys in that clothing service.
Well, I'm gonna say uncheck the box. Like no thanks. You know what I mean? Like
see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't own any property yet, but I plan to. But there's no way I'm gonna be able to own property buying $400 or $500 sneakers that don't make me fly. You know?
No. You see, I'm not buying no 4 or 5. I own property. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's cool. If you're a shoe collector, yeah, hell yeah, you have to get them. Yeah. But you know, I do think Kanye has. He's crazy, but he has a point, man. Wow. He kind of does run Adidas. Look what he's done to their like stock. Look, like people were literally Air Forces, Air Force Ones, and when I was in high school, at least Air Forces, Nikes, Jordans, and then Yeezys came out, and they got laughed at for a little bit, and then now every time I turn my head, somebody got some Yeezys on.
I've actually never seen anyone. I've never seen anyone wear a pair of Yeezys.
I see it all the time.
Downtown?
Yeah, everywhere. What? Everywhere.
I've yet to see anyone wear a pair. I'm not. I will not.
You got to get hip. You got to get hip like the kids, man. I'm getting hip. I got my Yeezys, my
this is because I'm not there at 11 o'clock on a Friday night. Doesn't mean I'm not hip. That means I'm smart enough not to get a DUI.
Listen, I got the Air Cheesies, baby. Woo, Tostitos.
And that's the thing. Someone could literally take a pair of like what's the old pro game shoes? The old not Air Force Ones, but no Air ones. You know, fake all-brand. Those fake all-brand shoes. Put some air in them, and boom, you got some Yeezys.
Nah, you can't fake the Yeezys. Like everything's like. Now there's literally a separate market for just making like authenticating shoes, like because there's so many fakes, and that's what makes them even more popular because there's so many fakes. You know, everybody wants them, like diamonds. You know,
but why do you want them? Then
people want the status of saying I spent a lot of money on this.
I don't think they look good. I think they're ugly. Personally, I'm just gonna put. I say it. I don't like them. I like Kanye. I like his music. I like some of his clothing. That one little outfit he's got that looks kind of like
the homeless stuff.
Not the homeless stuff. It's like really wide looking thing. He wore it. It was pink when he wore it, but I like it a different color. I like that outfit. You know, that'd be
apocalyptic collection. No,
pretty much. But you know, I just think his shoes need some help, man.
Sean, that's how fashion works. It's gonna be some stuff that come out that you're gonna be like, why would anybody wear that? And then 10 years later, everybody's wearing that, man.
Oh, I know. Remember when Lil Wayne came on stage wearing the first pair of skinny jeans?
Now everybody wears skinny jeans.
I know. And people laughed at him for so hard when he first came out.
Yeah, I'm telling
skinny
you, man.
It was at the VMAs. I remember when it happened. He was at the VMAs. He had a circular stage. He came out there, and it was I think it was it wasn't Mrs. Carter. Hello. It was Mr. Martian. Mr. Martian, that's what it was. And he came out. Yeah, he came out. He did it, and people were just stopped. It was a stare at his jeans, and even I was actually had people at the house. I was younger, obviously, so we were actually watching it back. This is when people actually watch those things,
right? No, I mean
and there he was going, and we were all talking like, "What is he wearing? How's his balls hanging? How
there's trends, trends,
and now everyone's got them.
There's trend followers and there's trendsetters. Kanye's a trendsetter. It's a TS. That's what
I think money makes you a trendsetter. I don't think trendsetting is actually a thing. I think if you have a certain amount of money, you set a trend. Period. Because take LeBron's outfit that he wore.
No, because you see Steph Curry's when his sneakers came out. Oh my God! Or I remember Kobe's like.
Oh God!
I don't even know what those was.
I remember the Kobe shoes. Oh my goodness, those
the Cybertrucks.
Yes, those things were some ugly shoes.
The Cybertrucks.
Okay, but those are early on in their careers. Later on, they were nice.
Yeah, well, that's because Nike. That's because Nike. You know, because that was with Adidas actually. The ugly Kobe's that came out. But Nike does a good job of, you know, I mean, they already kind of like are the kings of the shoe game right now, but. You know, they don't really have to work hard to impress, and most people, I mean, they're comfortable. So, but I'm telling you, man, if Kanye combines Puma with Adidas, it's gonna be crazy because.
Do you have a set of Pumas or Adidas?
Huh?
Do you have a set of either shoe?
Adidas, yeah, I like the Ultra Boost. They're really
So
comfortable.
so
I'm
you
a
have
comfort
to.
guy.
I haven't had a pair of Adidas since I won't say gosh since early 2000. No, since like the 90s.
Yeah,
Last time I had a pair of Adidas.
I don't
Now
have like I
I
don't
have
have a
like Under Armour and Nike, and those are like the
yeah,
two
I don't
my
have like
I'm
Adidas
going
like
with.
casual shoes. Like I could see I have my athletic shoes. Should I work out in? I walk around in.
Yeah,
Like I said, remember I said if I went 10 years back, what would I tell my younger self? Take care of your feet. So right now, I'm making sure I got comfort. I want to be walking on clouds. And there's actually a shoe
yeah.
brand called Clouds that I'm thinking about getting myself. But yeah, man, it's about comfort. And Adidas, I mean, the Ultra Boosts are nice. And then the Yeezys, I mean, they're the same type of material. So I don't even got to wear them. I already know how they feel. See?
So you
That's how
think?
you really get
So
it.
you think? Because most things a lot of things that look good don't feel good. I mean, just saying.
Yeah, like
I'm
the
just
Taco
saying.
Tuesday. That hurt me every time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
See,
Taco
Taco
Tuesday.
Tuesday. You know,
I don't know, man.
3 o'clock last call. Both of
Listen,
those things hurt. No matter who you are, they hurt.
I support Kanye, but I'm like, if one more crazy thing happens, I don't know.
See,
Like he can say what
I'm
he
not gonna
wants.
say I support Kanye, but I'm still I'm a fan on the fence of Kanye. As far as his personal beliefs, I'm not there. But as far as his music, I'm still gonna keep giving him chances on his
I
music.
like him because he's saying what he wants to say. He's doing what he wants to do, and it may be something that people don't like, but who cares? He's not like following
Yeah, I'm
the
glad he has
norms.
his own
Yeah,
independent
man, do
brain.
what you got to
You
do.
know.
But remember, speaking of another artist, actually Kanye's, I don't know if they're foes anymore, but remember when Graduation came out? Not Graduation. Was it Graduation? I don't know. But one album came out, and then 50 Cent album came out at the same time, and they had like a kind of sell off who could sell more
Stronger,
albums.
Stronger
Yeah,
came out.
yeah, and
It was Graduation. Yeah, you're right.
so Kanye is, shouting about Yeezys and Adidas, but 50 Cent is actually putting his money where his mouth is. So there's a
Yes.
video, and I don't have it pulled up, but I'm sure you can look it up, of him going to a Burger King and literally handing out up to $30,000 to employees and people around. Like this dude just had cash, stacks of cash, and just giving it away. Like, why don't we see more of that stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember when that was hitting for a little while. Like, there's a lot of artists were just going out. It's everywhere. I mean, strip clubs,
Yeah,
fast
it's
food
everywhere. Strip
places.
club.
No, I'm just saying they're going to fast food joints. They're going to little pop up little restaurants, little food trucks. They're going all over places, handing out stacks of cash. I forgot who started the fad. It wasn't even Drake's, but someone started that fad, and people were just going out, just
Why
giving
is
out
that not
stacks,
trending right now?
and then they stopped all of a sudden. I have
Well,
no
yeah,
idea because that was a
probably
good
ran into somebody with a
time
gun.
because
Give
I
me
was
my
like
money.
looking at these people like I mean they're just throwing cash out the street, whatever, just
Mhm.
giving cash away. I'm like, God, let me be around that. I'll take a couple grand.
Isn't it the season? Isn't it about to be the season of giving? Like, how come that's
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
trending? Like,
saying.
all these celebrities and entertainers and all that crap that are worth, multi-million, 20, 50, $100 million. They should just every year for Christmas, they literally just take like a duffel bag, maybe 100,000. I don't know, and just go out randomly, just give it to random people. Just give it to
There's a
random
random
people.
number,
Yeah,
100,000.
listen, the top 10 richest people in America could stimulate the economy if they want to, right? That's the stimulus
The
check. That's round two.
it could do more instrument. The top 10 people, the top richest people in the country, top 10 rich people in the country could literally get us out of debt.
Yeah,
They could
but
literally pay the country
they're
out of
not
debt
about to. And I don't blame them.
and still be rich too. That's the bad part. They could pay it and still be rich.
Yeah, that's
That's
what's crazy, man. But
yeah.
it's their money. They spend it how they want. And honestly, if I was top 10 richest person in America, hell no, I'm not giving. I see what you see what y'all did with $1,200 free dollars. Let alone my money.
See, if I'm not rich, I'm giving something away. I'm helping people. That's just how I am, though. I mean, I've always, even with my little bit of money I make, I
Nah,
still help
forget
people.
that.
So.
That's how you get caught. That's how you get caught in their stuff. Yep, give them a little bit.
Oh no! I'm not trying to get involved in their
Sean,
drama.
yeah,
No.
$20 you gave me last week. You ain't gonna believe this, man. My car ran out of gas. Can I just?
Oh well.
I just have $50
Should have made that 20
I
go
got
longer.
you back. I got you back next week. I promise. Nah. Anybody that says
that's not me. I'm a one and done.
Anybody that says
here's that one.
I promise I'm gonna get you back, or uses the word promise in any type of financial situation, do not trust that person. Don't give them no money. Don't give them no advice. Don't even.
I mean, if
point
you
them in
say
the right direction.
if you say I got you, then I believe that. I believe you got me.
No.
But if you say I got you, I don't believe that.
No. Nope.
No, the ones who said I got you, they've got me before. But the ones who've tried to promise it and said, "Oh, I've got,"
Yeah.
a
Well,
person
all right, that's
who
fair.
I've loaned thousands of dollars, by the way.
Yeah, because they already used it.
And they said, no, they said they got their money back. They got their money, and instead of paying me back like they're supposed to, they spent theirs too. Even though I took care of their family. But whatever. I digress. That's just how it is.
Man.
You know, people are like that.
Listen,
you know,
Santa Claus. Santa Claus gives. I don't. I'm sorry.
I guess because
unless I can watch you 24/7.
I guess because I've been in a situation where being given things has helped me survive. I mean, literally.
Listen,
then I kind of see it from
I love my buddy.
Because I mean, I was almost on the street before, so I mean, I can understand being given a handout a little bit.
It's like, I know, but it's just hard to trust. I loaned my boy some money, and I forgot when, but I kind of forgot about it, you know. And then like we was in a group chat, and I remember, and it was talking about like taking a trip somewhere. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to buy my ticket." I was like, "Bro, we ain't buying nothing until I get my money."
Yeah, exactly.
And I wasn't trying to be mean about it, but like,
but it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's always the same.
It's a principle.
It's the same person, or usually the same people or person.
Yeah, that's true.
Always, need a little bit, man. They need some knowledge. They don't really need some money. You know what I mean? Like, listen, stop spending what you ain't making. Save a little bit. Stop going on trips.
Sometimes people have unexpected things. Listen, unexpected things do come up sometimes.
A couple of my buddies want to go on a trip to Puerto Rico, which is cool.
Nice.
I didn't want to go because I ain't got time for that. But I'm like, bro, it's a pandemic going on. Y'all about to take a flight to not another country, but to Puerto Rico.
The territory.
I don't know nobody that's there. Y'all ain't planning on going no tourist type stuff. Like, I can't.
Do they speak? Wait. Why are they even going if they're not going to any tourist things? Do they speak the language?
Just to go. I mean, they speak English in Puerto Rico, but just
no. But I know they speak English in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
They also speak Spanish.
Okay. Yeah. But it's just like, I hate going on trips to places to do the same thing I can do where I'm at. I'm not trying to go there, spend most of my time in a hotel, go out to a few restaurants, go to the bar, and that's it, and get drunk, and that's it. No, I'm trying to see something, man. See something I can't see. So
when I went to Jamaica, or even the Bahamas, whatever. Now, granted, I'm going to drink while I'm there, but I'm getting the drink to go because
a drink to go. I'm going down a waterfall or something. I'm jumping off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly. That's with me.
Sit at a bar and compare prices to America.
Like,
oh, it's $3 down here. $4 up north. So
waste of money.
Come on. All right, man. It's I lose track of time. You want to get Florida started?
Yes. All right.
My computer makes something like, for this to be a MacBook, that fan is like I just it's like buzzing like a bee in my ear or something like that.
You know how come you can't hear my fan for once? This new computer finally has a silent mode. So even though the fan, so even though it has like these massive fans in it this time, I'll take this part out. But even though it has these massive fans in it, they put a silent mode on it, so it finally wouldn't overpower people talking on like these things.
Okay, silent mode.
Anyway, let's get ready for what's Florida.
I need to take my MacBook off of stupid mode because I'm acting dumb lately, man. Oh, don't worry, it's just on stupid mode. It's supposed to do that. Whenever my friends come over and use my computer, I put it on stupid mode.
That's what I do whenever you use mine. So
Oh yeah, your computer lives at Best Buy, pretty much.
Hey, it makes a yearly visit.
Oh man.
All right, let's get ready for what Florida. All right, for all you who are just joining us who don't know how to play what Florida, I'm gonna explain to you how it goes. I'm gonna split Florida up into three sections, and I'm gonna ask 3 questions. In those 3 questions, each story happened in one part of Florida. It can happen. All stories can happen in the same part. 2 stories can happen in the same part. They all match up. Florida is broken into 3 parts. North Florida is Jacksonville to Pensacola. Middle Florida is Orlando, Ocala, everywhere in between, and also included Tampa because of this joker right here. And of course, everything below I-4 is considered South Florida, because apparently Tampa's not in the South. With that being said, let's play What Florida.
I got this, undefeated. No, I'm not.
I can't believe you almost won last week. Oh wait,
So you got that Broncos flag in the back? I just got.
that's not a Broncos flag. That's not a Broncos flag. That is a emblem.
Oh, yeah, you got that emblem in the back. I just got
Yeah.
like my little package for the Bucs season tickets, and they gave like I thought there was gonna be a T-shirt. They gave me a flag, like a Buccaneers flag. Like what the hell
Oh,
am I
there
do
we
with that?
go. Put it up in the background.
Yeah, but I don't even support them like that.
I
They
don't.
0-1. I don't support losers. 0-1. Maybe after
Brady's your guy, though. Brady's your guy.
Brady's their guy. Listen, my teams. I don't have a team right now. I'm waiting to see what see what happens after this weekend before I kind of apply to a different city.
You missed some good football last night, man. I'm telling you, that game last night was good. And we didn't even get to the Lightning, by the way, to our listeners. The Lightning are in the Stanley Cup.
I don't want to say nothing
in the finals
because last time they was in the Stanley Cup, they got like destroyed.
No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to win or lose.
Don't
I'm just
even
saying they're in it. Just saying they're in it. Because we have to. But no, I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I'm not a Tampa Bucks fan, but I'm a Tampa fan, so I will support him to that degree.
That's fair.
That degree. Anyway, let's get forward to Florida. Man steals ATM from strip club.
What did he do?
Florida man steals ATM from strip club. Instead of dropping money at the strip club, a Florida man hauled off an ATM machine full of it about an hour before the Gentlemen's Club opened Tuesday. The man loaded the club's single cash machine into a stolen U-Haul storage truck, license AD 71108, and drove off. The county sheriff's office said the crime occurred at about 10:45 a.m. Tuesday.
Yeah, that's perfect time. You got away?
Right. As currently, I mean, I'm sure they called him eventually.
ATMs don't keep a lot of money in them though. It's just only a certain amount they can have.
Like $3 or $4 I think, maybe 10, something like that.
Yeah, like
it's not a whole.
If he would have stolen it like after the club closed, he would have had a better chance.
There you go. Yeah,
you would first thing in the morning. It's like $20 in there.
I know all the money's been taken out.
I have an idea of where that's at though. I'm not gonna say though.
I'm sure you do. Florida man tries to break into a vehicle full of cops.
What? Are they sleeping?
I don't know. Just you got to ask yourself what is really going on in your head. Even intoxicated, you got to be like,
they must have been.
Hey, that's a badge.
They must have been an undercover car. There's no way he just went up to a police car and tried to just hop in the back seat.
I don't even know.
Like imagine that you a cop and somebody just hop in your back seat. He was like, "I'll tell you what happened later. I just take me."
Yeah. It's just been one of those days. Let's just do it. So here's the story. Florida man chose the wrong vehicle to try to break into. Surveillance video appeared to capture 49-year-old Stephen Titlin going from car to car along a residential block in a city earlier this month. 7 times he was stymied as doors were locked. The next day, Titlin, who was already on felony probation for a burglary and criminal mischief conviction, had more success when he found an unlocked door. The vehicle was, however, not empty. It was an unmarked, there you go.
Yeah, I would say it had to be unmarked.
Sheriff's office vehicle and was occupied with several members of the Sheriff's Office Strategic Targeted Area Response Team, or their STAR response team. All right. Well, it's just story 2.
I would have just lied and said, "Oh, that's not my car."
Sorry, which one do I want? I'm gonna give you a choice. Do you want a story about eating ass, or do you want a story about pot?
Let's do the pot story.
Let's do the pot story. Okay.
Let's do the pot story.
Speedo wearing Florida man flags down deputies to show off his pot plant. Deputies were surprised by a Speedo wearing Florida man who wanted to show off his marijuana plant to them. 65-year-old Arthur Carencino, who was smoking weed at the time, approached deputies who were responding to an unrelated call. The Florida man then showed them his 2-foot-tall marijuana plant he was growing on his property.
Take me to jail. I don't know if him and the first guy might be in cahoots.
It's something.
One dude breaking into police cars, another dude.
Hey, look what I got.
Waving cops down.
Look what I got. Look how pretty it is.
Look how illegal this is.
Look at this.
Look at how illegal. You should probably take him to jail. Like,
the deputies asked him if he had a marijuana card. The Florida man told them he was working on it. He was arrested on a marijuana charge.
I probably would let him go. I was like, you know what? You got a week to get that card, and we're coming back.
You got
busting your ass.
Yeah, I'm coming back to you, but man, you got to sober up something because this is too much.
All right, let's see. All right, so first story,
the ATM from
ATM
the
strip club. You know, I feel like it's in Tampa. I thought Tampa was the strip club capital, or is it Lightning capital? I'm gonna say Tampa.
Tampa's it.
Yeah, had to be.
You got that one. All one. Right. That was at the Secrets Gentlemen's Club here in Tampa.
Okay, number 2. That's when the guy was in the police car, right?
He wanted to break into the police car.
He always say Miami. That's in South Florida. That's in Miami. That's Miami.
That is South. Also in Tampa. Oh, Pasco County.
But what? Tampa.
Yeah.
He tricked me. Huh. Okay. Tricked me. Oh, this is tricks.
All right. Since you chose the pot plant instead of the eating ass one.
That is in. Let me say it's Central as well. I think you tried to triple up on me. Is that right?
It is in Flagler County, which is closer to. I think Flagler's.
Flagler.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Central.
Central? See? Tried to get me. 2 for 3. It would have been 3 for 3 if I knew this was scheming. I need my Chick-fil-A gift card. I've been thinking about that for a while now.
You got a 3 out of 3, so I do actually technically kind of sort of maybe not owe you a Chick-fil-A gift card.
Listen, man, winners win. That's all I can say. I'm about to go get these new Yeezys, though. No, I'm just kidding. All right, man. Well, shit. I guess. Listen. Vote for Kanye. No.
Because, we're smart. We're going to tell you exactly what you should do. Vote for Kanye. Don't vote for any other guys.
Is he still running? Or no?
Probably
not, right?
No, I'm sure he is.
You say he was Moses.
I mean,
more on that story next week.
I mean, if he wants to change his name, we can't. I mean, you can name whatever stuff you want to name yourself. I can't.
What a crazy pastor! Like, he's a gospel rapper, singer, shoe company mogul.
Whose third favorite word is fuck.
You know what's crazy though? He's worth 1.3 billion, and then like you also have in the family Kylie Jenner, who's worth almost a billionaire. Like
no, she was a billionaire first.
That family, like they get crap. I know that, but
she was
on the right things.
Okay, but now let's keep it real. She's a billionaire because of all of the other people's influences and businesses. That's the only reason why she's already a billionaire.
But that's what they say. Listen, you got to have success around you to be successful.
Yeah, an influx of cash will make you successful. That's true.
That is very true.
You give me $300 million. I'm pretty sure I can do something good with it.
Listen, you trying to go to Beverly Hills? Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, this is the Weekly Review crew. Yeah, Kanye, we just want to have an interview with you. That's
This 5 minutes. That's all. Just 5 minutes. You have a seat.
Moses, we want to have an interview with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, that's all I got.
That is all I have too. But on a serious note, make sure you get out and vote because that's your voice, and that's really the only one you have.
Exactly.
But this has been another one from the Weekly Review with Sean Ciroc. I am Sean the King of Tories in your ear.
And it's your boy, Ciroc the Mike. Make sure to check us out on IG, YouTube as well. We got a lot of content coming, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Spotify and iTunes. Yeah, Spotify, Instagram. Yeah, we're everywhere. You look for us, the Weekly Review, you're going to find us. Give us a like, give us a share. See you next week.
Peace.
Hey everyone, this is Sean the King of Tories.
And it's your boy, Ciroc the Mike.
We just want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us.
Please subscribe, like, share. But if you don't like, obviously don't do any of that stuff because we don't want no fakes out there. Just kidding.
There's no why you don't like it.
We love the support. Yeah, man, definitely hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you soon.